Hi guys, how is it going? Welcome back to my channel, and yes, for all my new subscribers, as usual, I'm Natalia Suri and I do everything related to books, author interviews, book reviews, everything. And yes, you know, the goodies are my sessions with voodoo practitioners and tantrics and occultists from all over India. Today it gives me immense pleasure to do the book review of none other than Arundhati Roy's latest book, Azadi. What an education it has been reading this book. I certainly recommend each one of you out there to read the book, and the pointers I'm going to point out in today's video why you should read this book. Now coming back to the book review, Azadi. Now, the book Azadi is a set of essays written by Arundhati Roy about the political situation in India, especially between 2018 to 2020. Her focus has been on Kashmir. The chant of Azadi. Azadi is basically an Urdu word which is the slogan of the Kashmiris, who see and how do they see the Indian occupation in Kashmir. Ironically, the same word Azadi has become the slogan of thousands and millions of Indians against the whole concept of Hindu nationalism. When Arundhati Roy began asking the question what lay between these two chants of freedom, the whole world came to an halt with the whole pandemic and the coronavirus attacking us. Now, we were put behind bars whether we liked it or not. We started getting the whole value of freedom. We couldn't go out. We were put in jails. We struggled for those simple things in life, for example, going to a park or perhaps taking our dog for a walk, and we valued the word freedom. We experienced it, so we understood what freedom meant. But what about the people of Kashmir? What about their freedom, who have lived in that war zone for so many years? What is freedom for them? This book will make you think all those points. Maybe you will be able to relate to it in a better way because you have now experienced the whole idea of the want of freedom, because we have experienced it in those lockdown days that when we wanted to experience that freedom. A simple thing for me, for example, was going every day to the local coffee shop in my market and having a cup of coffee. How much I yearned for that simple cup of coffee, or how much I yearned just to go to the park and sit on that bench and look at the trees. But there was nothing that I could do about it because we were caged in the houses. This is just a small example of how much we yearned for freedom in the lockdown days. What about those people who have stayed in those cages? This is a must read for every Indian out there, because now I think our relation with Kashmir and the Kashmiris would be more profound since we have experienced this whole concept of staying in a jail. Now, Arundhati Roy in this book has given a lot of emphasis on the concept of freedom in this growing world of authoritarianism. She does this especially in context to the Kashmir issue, like how much caste system people suffered, how they were cut off from the whole world. There was no Wi-Fi, there was no phone, there was no communication system. They were just secluded. So she has tried to bring forward all those points through these essays in this book. Arundhati Roy brings forward another issue of how Muslims are being tortured and tormented by the Hindus in the country. So that's an important point. I think this book will bring forward a human side, especially for people who have just, for me, earlier than I would say the lockdown, the Kashmir issue and the Hindu-Muslim issue was perhaps a news of 20 minutes and nothing beyond that. But after reading this book and living through the whole idea of the lockdown and the pandemic, I think my heart now feels for those people who live in a war zone. Especially, I can relate to the pain these people feel for simple things in life which we take for granted. This is a must read for every Indian out there. It had to be a writer like Arundhati Roy to come forward with such an important issue and make the world stop and listen. It is the power of a pen that has really moved not only me as a reader, I'm sure everyone who's going to read this book out there. The condition of the people who lived in Kashmir, and especially who are the Muslims in India, and especially their sufferings. Why don't we take them as humans and not just a person or belonging to a particular region or a particular caste or a religion? I think it is very important that we should come out of this whole shell. Why do we go to school? The whole system of education only I have never followed till date. We go to school so that our brain develops and we stop distinguishing between people. But here I think this book is a reflection, and it will stop and you would reflect back as to why do we discriminate between people. The whole idea of discrimination, that he's a Hindu and he's a Muslim, should be stopped. I think that is very important. Just to quote an example here, if somebody, if you are in a hospital and you need blood, would you ever see that the person sitting in front is a Hindu or a Muslim? At that time you just need blood. So do think about this. And yes, without any doubt, this is a must read for everyone out there. These essays are very important, not only from a fiction point of view, not only from a writing point of view, but to make you grow as an individual. So you must read this particular book. And yes, before I go, as usual, I need to tell you about my blog, www.nataliasuri.com. Do tune in for book reviews over there, articles on religious mysteries. Very soon I would be posting in articles about Jesus Christ and his journey across the globe. Do keep an eye for that. And yes, do take care of yourself. As usual, I'll be posting in a video very soon. And lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.